Hey, what's up? It's Chris from JugglingSecrets.com, and today you're going to learn how to do the claw. Okay, so as we get started with this, the first thing you need to realize is the claw pattern, at least on the surface, is the exact same as the cascade, which is the first pattern that I did, like the easiest one to learn for most people, in my personal opinion. And you'll see that the balls are like crossing and stuff. The difference between the claw and the regular cascade is that with the claw, your hands are like this. They're upside down. If you think of Toy Story and like the claw machine and the little like, I don't know what they're called, the little like squeaky toys. They're like the claw.
Decided to climb into this.
The claw. It moves.
That's kind of like what you're doing, is you're like coming from above, and the throw is different. So on the throw for the normal cascade, you notice that it starts, underhand goes up, right? With the claw, you're completely upside down the whole time. Like your hands are facing down and you're going up, and you release at the top. So like when you get to the top of the pattern, like normally where the ball starts to come down, that's when you're gonna release. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start with one, just like pretty much everything. You gotta start off at the easiest thing, and you're just gonna pass like back and forth. And you'll notice that for me, this is a lot harder to release at the exact same spot, and you might experience this as well. You might be better at it than I am, to be honest. It's entirely possible. But the pattern looks the exact same, like it's the crisscross pattern where it's going from hand to hand. And after a little while, you're gonna get bored doing this, which is, it's normal, that's what happens. But if you are comfortable with, of course, like the 2-ball pattern and juggling 3 balls, which you should be before going into the claw, if you don't know how to do that yet, one of these sides, there's gonna be like a card, is what YouTube calls them, and it's gonna open up to the video where it's actually teaching you the 3-ball cascade. But if you know how to do it, this video is gonna be beneficial for teaching you the claw. So just like we did with 1, you're gonna do the release, and for this you're just gonna practice the 2 balls, like throw, and you're gonna feel weird. Like, at least I do right now filming this, to be honest. Like it's a very weird pattern to do, and it's very difficult for me to like look at the camera in order to make sure everything's going well, so bear with me. You're just gonna practice this, and just like with 3 balls and normal tricks and everything, I want you to get to 50 throws. And the reason for that is because repetition is king when it comes to this. And also something that I didn't really realize earlier, I was actually talking with my dad about this, and he said to make sure that when you're juggling, you don't just leave your mouth open. A lot of the times that's what'll actually happen, like subconsciously, you won't realize it's happening. But try to keep your mouth closed, just so it's not awkward when you start doing these videos for other people. Not videos, but when you start juggling for other people. Like, just put a smile on your face. Okay, so we've got this down, right? So the next thing is going on to 3 balls. And for me, it's hard to start the claw with the normal, like the claw movement. Like this, to me, is harder than going into it this way, like having the 3-ball cascade and then just switching. And you're gonna drop this, like you're gonna drop when you switch over to this. And something that you can do is just start doing a claw with 1 hand. And I don't know the terminology for this, to be honest with you, but if you can do, whoops, see that? It's like right there, I just dropped. But you'll see here, I'm doing this is the left hand. So just the left hand is doing the claw movement, and the pattern stays around, oops, I dropped again. So the pattern hits around the same spot as you do with the cascade, right? So I'm doing the left hand here, and we'll switch to doing the right hand. So if you can get comfortable doing this, the next thing is just trying to do a couple of those, of the claw movements while you're juggling it. As you do this, like you're gonna mess up, you're gonna fail, and don't get down on yourself. Like it's very easy to get frustrated and want to quit and stuff when this happens. But anytime you're learning a new trick, you're gonna fail at the beginning. Like no one's great at everything when they start. It takes years of practice and like dedication and discipline. But some activities that you can do to kind of get more comfortable on this. One thing I do recommend when you're like learning new tricks and stuff is if you have like a table or a bed or something that, you know, when the ball drops, it's less of a distance to like reach to the floor to pick it up. And when you do that, like if you're juggling over a bed, also you'll be planted so you can't really like walk forward, which is another common thing that people go through. But activities to practice to get good at the claw. One hand, so do this. You'll notice the left hand is doing like the normal throwing motion and the right hand is doing the claw, like the grab. The grab and release, I guess is what it's called. And then you can switch to the other hand. And then once you get comfortable with that, go into the opposite. And this, and I hope my downstairs neighbors are not home, otherwise this might be bothering for them. But practice this, and if you have questions about any of these techniques or anything, please comment down below. This whole thing is set up so it can be like a helpful guide for you to learn these things. Also, I do have a website, jugglingsecrets.com. I'll link that up either in the description or the comments down below, to where you'll be able to explore and like see all the other tricks and things like that. That will be good for you. So give this a try, and once you get it, let me know in the comments down below by saying like, thank you, Chris, I learned how to do the claw, or you know, any comment you want. And subscribe for more so that way you can see more of these videos when they go live. Give it a thumbs up as well if this helped you. And if you have questions, like I said, ask away down below so I can create things to help you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.